Welcome my friends, this is Immanuel and this is an update about the channel, a bigger update. So let's start with some of the polls I've made in the community posting section, and first a very big thank you for your participating. So to participate more often in these kinds of things and give me valuable info as well as, well, tailor the content more to you, please sub and activate the bell to get the messages, like click another time on the bell and then you'll get more of the community messages. First there were the polls about Imperator Rome and Planetfall. I could see that the interest for Planetfall seems to be a little more than Imperator. Still, I'm interested in getting both games into the channel. However that will work, but we'll find a way. There's also that poll number I also care about more RPG content. You know that I always have difficulty if I mix up two RPGs, so if I can somehow do it, I'll start somewhere in May to get the pure RPG content back to 7 days a week. That's the first step. We'll see how it works out. I think it will be cool. I think I can do it regularly, and yeah, I usually present RPGs more in a story-like manner with no focus on news or guides, so I think I can do that. It's good. Then we have Planetfall. So a couple of people didn't know Planetfall. If you don't know about the Age of Wonders parts, like the previous Planetfall is like maybe is a part of the Age of Wonders franchise, and that is like a fantasy thing. It's like Heroes of Might and Magic in space, roughly mixed with turn-based civilization. But in Planetfall, the backstory is that your mighty space empire has fallen, and from the shattered remains, you now want to recover and build an empire again. And that also has an in-depth look at single planets. You will not only have one planet, and it has turn-based tactical combat in dedicated battles, which is very cool. Playing on a 4x map, the general game, like the strategic game, not the tactical game. You also have tactical maps for the battles, which is just very, very fun to think about, and so I really want to play it. While it's not as customizable as Stellaris, it's still very, very tempting, as I love that tactical combat from games like Heroes of Might and Magic, or the Old Master of Orion 1 and 2, and things like that. Like XCOM, for example. I'd be interested to hear a few early comments on BattleTech as well, because I've also tried BattleTech a bit, and I think it also fits the channel. And there's been a slump in my publishing, especially in the news and AI tournament section. I apologize for that. That was due to my rage to the Article 13 plans in the EU, with its main political agitator Axel Voss now officially saying stuff like, you have to think about if YouTube or similar platforms should even exist. So you can see where he's coming from. He doesn't want to discuss about it. That is over. He has revealed what he stands for. You cannot discuss with this kind of... I mean, I would call him a little bit of a troll. There are other figures in that movement for Article 13 that want to modify it and things like that. Go into the political thing, but that is not a political thing. That is like power politics. And that is something like he doesn't really care about what exactly he's saying. He just wants to pull through a position, and that is a problem, because that's not kind of a democratic thing. So if you like the internet and live in the EU, or even like beyond the EU, because I'm not sure, I think this can be, if they get Article 13 done unchanged, it may become a worldwide trend of shutting the web down, like with RuNet in Russia maybe, and China nets. So please look at the arguments, and if you think preserving our internet culture is good, then think a bit about it and maybe add some to the discussion. Otherwise, you might not have anything to watch here or just about anywhere in the web, especially if you're directly in the EU. Then about me and why that consumed so much time beyond rage. Rage is always bad. I've written personal emails to around 30 politicians who are relevant for the Article 13 decision. Some of them against it, some of them for it, and so on. And I've received a couple of messages back, thankfully, supporting, so to say, my cause, our cause, I don't know, of stopping the current Article 13 thing. Because I think Article 13 could be good, but as it's done at the moment, it's just like a shutdown thing leading to filters. So, I've received messages supporting the against Article decision, Article 13 decision, or modifying it in a way from the German Pirate Party, of course, then the Left Party, the Linke, then the Green Party leader, Bütikofer, and also some of the Social Democrats. Others, especially from for Article 13, didn't answer, which was kind of strange because I had this formulated all politely, going through all the election groups, showing that it is also relevant for the older generation that arranges themselves in clubs for example, cultivating roses that have big problems already with the new data laws of the EU, to even exist, things like chess clubs or something too. So it's really strange they are going for that, because it will also piss off their normal voters, and it has already. So we'll see. So I will hope it will still have some kind of effect. It will still give them something to think about. Now on to happier things. Once I get a few things worked out, probably somewhere in May, we'll return to regular streaming again. A very supportive Discord member has repeatedly pushed me to clear a few things up about streaming, because there's a new thing in Germany that would require streamers, depending on how, what, and how often they stream, to get a broadcasting license. Otherwise, you're risking to get to the extreme, you're risking a fine and shutdown of the channel. So I've talked to my relevant government offices about it in detail, and they've given me an okay about the streams I would present. And I'm personally registered there now, not requiring a broadcasting license for now. And that's okay with them, because they're essentially they're essentially waiting for the laws to be changed, and they don't want, in the part of Germany where I live, they don't want unnecessary administrative efforts done on very minuscule streamers like me. I would, if I would get 20-30 people regularly, that would be much for now. And I've talked to them, and they've said me if I get to higher numbers, then I should contact them again and we'll talk about it. And then I would require the broadcasting license, of course, because then it would be relevant. Otherwise, it is not relevant. Then they don't want any part of it, because they've been getting calls about it, and they're really they understand the people calling, but they're annoyed by the law, how it is handled in other parts of Germany. So there's that. So still, we're taking it safe, and I might only be streaming some parts only on Twitch and maybe on Facebook Live too. So I have a clear distinction between the live streaming part of the community, or mainly live streaming, and the videos in view of the legal developments in the EU, especially because there's also broadcasting laws coming in the EU that one part of it has to be shut down, or shut down temporarily for whatever reason. So we're playing it safe for you and for me and for the community. So if you want to be extra safe, because there's also terror filters coming into the EU, it's totally crazy, and that will filter also comments and stuff, and maybe also automatic message systems like in YouTube subscriber messages, I don't know. Then send me an email to my old subscription list, and that will be used from now on to message you about the new developments as well, a little bit more actively, because the other channels might shut down at some point with the legal developments coming. So thoughtfulgaming@hotmail.com. You can also look at it from the YouTube about. There will also find my so-called business email. I exclusively use it for community. I'm not using it for anything else, so it's kind of, yeah. Your email is there, and in an offline file I have on an offline computer, just for archive purposes. And I'll only message you, like you. The thing is, you send me a message. Hey, I subscribe to you or something that you want to tell me or want to ask me. I don't know, but please tell me your preferences when you want to be messaged. Like, for example, you could say, like, message me at every live stream. That'd be something. Or like you could say, message me when we're planning to start a new Let's Play about a game that might interest me. That could be science fiction strategy or something like that. So, and I'm noting this down. I'm putting it into an Excel file into that offline, old Stone Age offline computer. And before I post something, I'm personally selecting the emails for now, and then you'll get an email or you won't get an email, depending on your preferences, because it's not done by an automatic system that could give your email to whatever entity out there exists. So there's that. Then there's something else maybe interesting for you. So the next thing I've done to stimulate maybe a professionalization, and that may be a wish, but maybe we'll have to professionalize the channel and to grow to survive this ongoing legal stuff. So I've activated the possibility to support me financially via YouTube, so you can now also join the channel. If you do that, for me it costs like, I think, €5 a month. And if you do that, that will make me, for now, it will make me eternally thankful, and it will allow me to invest more time into the channel for better quality videos, and maybe even some day hours I can put in. So in day hours, what can I do in day hours better? Like, at the moment, I can only work in night hours. But if I have regular income from that, I can talk to basically also my wife, and I can calculate it in, and then I'll have some day hours to work with. And on day hours, I'm much better in like organizing information and stuff. So you will have, I think, very good videos about like DLCs coming or something like that. So news videos, info videos, guide videos, anything that requires more precise thinking and wording. Will be something you would support, but you could also support with that, like, depending, you could send me a message what you want to support, and I'll note it down and like manage it accordingly. Just make more LP episodes about that, and I'm looking forward to doing that too. So nightly I'm usually doing Let's Play episodes, because I'm really more emotional and creative at night, as I think most people are. So other than that, I'd love to activate emojis and the stuff you can get via that membership program of YouTube, but first I'd have to create some. For now, I've just activated the channel icon. So for any tips about that, or maybe if you are good at making emojis or can make some of them or have fun making them, I'd be very thankful, and of course I would reference you if you want. So like I'd be looking forward to that too. So for more ideas about what to give back, because I think that's important, because it's something special in that kind of community to have a direct support. You are basically patrons, and so I also want to activate Patreon at some point. And there's a problem with some kind of rewards. For example, a community multiplayer, we could do that, but it cannot be in the rewards, because it will work for a time, but when the number of patrons goes over a certain threshold, or if it's like we're a worldwide community, and so the time zones really often don't match, then it's very often bad for a lot of people, and it's not really a reward you get because of my time limitations. You will be shut off from that very often. Adding to that I'm like for now a very bad multiplayer host, so I'd have to talk about with my wife to getting a fully free evening, fully free from the kids' duty, so to say, so I can really go into that multiplayer. So that is something special that I'd like to make happen from time to time, but it's not a reward. So rewards would be something like special guides, unlocking let's play slots for a series you choose, unlocking coverage for other games from a selection I'd give you to vote on, maybe special Ask Me Anything videos, maybe at a certain financial threshold unlocking the face cam at some point for not so much roleplay based things. Yeah, I'm a little shy, I admit, but hey, you might just bribe me into not being shy anymore. So there's even more. I'm making big efforts to change the channel output that I produce to something that is a lot better for the quality of the content and the storytelling, and I have a clear way to do that. It will inevitably lead to a lot more guides too, which is just a side effect of how I want to work in the future. It's about getting a clean slate and then stop kind of the multitasking state I'm currently in. Instead creating very focused projects, but it's going to be a while before I can work from that state. I would love to. Still though, it's getting a lot better and I learn new things every day to make the content better. Also invested in a new video editing program which should make the videos run smoother and look better and a few other things that you might or might not notice. And it is also optimizing my workflow, so freeing more time for making content, making better content. And also I'd love to make the content more public. So if anyone has ideas how I should use, for example, Instagram, or how I should focus, or is like the Paradox forums any good? For example, you can create a blog there. Has anyone experiences with that? Because that would be also very interesting. That would be very welcome, because why now the focus on publicity? The focus for me is still about the videos, the project, and the heart of the channel and the community, most of all, not the publicity. But I have to think about the publicity, but because the developments that are now at work in the world have shown that we will have to grow bigger, or even really big, to survive as this community, because of all the legal development. That's, I think, the only way that can continue, and it's professionalizing a bit and growing bigger a bit, or maybe even a lot. And that's why I have to go down that path as well, because I want this community to survive. I think it's a forced decision. I would have been happy to play this on in the comfy space that we are in, because I enjoy it very much. But now, as I think the existence of the channel and the community is being threatened from outside forces, the only way is to gain more relevance or more power or whatever, so that a few more people also want you to survive. Like among many things, YouTube, but also I'm looking into a partnership with a very serious key shop, not something shady. Because of that, I've researched very much, and I've been really putting it off for a while, but I might just go down that way, because then there's one more party interested in having the channel grow, and that leads to also power, and it also leads to a little bit of financial support that will unlock more time for me to make better content, or more content, or both. So thank you a lot for listening all of this. I hope you've enjoyed the footage a bit. It's from Skyrim, as I've received quite some messages telling me I should play it on the channel. It could be seriously at some point, so take this as a statement. I'm also thinking about more vlogs, probably shorter, maybe more in depth, also answering more of your questions with this as the background game, or if you want so, a little bit of wizardry aid, as this was the first game I've played on the channel ever. So have a great time until next time, and happy gaming. Your Immanuel Can.
These are the Guardian Stones. 3 of the 13 ancient standing stones that dot Skyrim's landscape. Go ahead, see for yourself. Warrior, good. Those stars will guide you to honor and glory. Remember, this isn't Stormcloak territory. If we're ahead of the news from Helgen, we should be fine. As long as we don't do anything stupid. If we run into any Imperials, just let me do the talking, alright? Don't do that! I'm glad you decided to come with me. We're almost to Riverwood. Looks like nobody here knows what happened yet. Come on. Gerda's probably working in her lumber mill.
What? What is it now, Mother?
It was as big as the mountain and black as night. It flew right over the barrel.
Dragons now, is it? If you keep on like this, I'm gonna...
Gerda!
Brother, Mara's mercy, it's good to see you. But is it safe for you to be here?
Gerda.
We heard that Ulfric had been captured.
Gerda, I'm fine. At least now I am.
Are you hurt? What's happened? And who is this? One of your comrades?
Not a comrade yet, but a friend. I owe him my life, in fact. Is there somewhere we can talk? There's no telling when the news from Helgen will reach the Imperials.
Helgen? Has something happened? You're right. Follow me. Hod, come here a minute. I need your help with something.
What is it, woman? Sven drunk on the job again?
Hod, just come here.
Ralof, what are you doing here? Ha! I'll be right down.
Uncle Ralof, can I see your axe? How many Imperials have you killed? Do you really know Ulfric's Stormcloak?
Hush, Frodnar. This is no time for your games. Go and watch the South Road. Come find us if you see any Imperial soldiers coming.
Aw, Mama. I want to stay and talk with Uncle Ralof.
Look at you. Almost a grown man. Won't be long before you'll be joining the fight yourself.
That's right. Don't worry, Uncle Ralof. I won't let those soldiers sneak up on you.
Now, Ralof, what's going on? You two look pretty well done in. I can't remember when I last slept. Where to start? Well, the news you heard about Ulfric was true. The Imperials ambushed us outside Darkwater Crossing. Like they knew exactly where we'd be. That was 2 days ago now. We stopped in Helgen this morning, and I thought it was all over. Had us lined up to the headsman's block and ready to start chopping.
The cowards.
They wouldn't dare give Ulfric a fair trial. Treason for fighting for your own people. All of Skyrim would have seen the truth then. But then, out of nowhere, a dragon attacked.
You don't mean a real, live...
I can hardly believe it myself. And I was there. As strange as it sounds, we'd be dead if not for that dragon. In the confusion, we managed to slip away. Are we really the first to make it to Riverwood?
Nobody else has come up the South Road today, as far as I know.
Good. Maybe we can lay up for a while. I hate to put your family in danger, Gerda, but...
Nonsense. You and your friend are welcome to stay here as long as you need to. Let me worry about the Imperials. Any friend of Raylov's is a friend of mine. Here's the key to the house. Stay as long as you like. If there is anything else you need, just let me know. There is something you could do for me. For all of us here. The Jarl needs to know if there's a dragon on the loose. Riverwood is defenseless. We need to get word to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun to send whatever troops he can. If you'll do that for me, I'll be in your debt.
Thanks, sister. I knew we could count on you.
I ought to get back to work before I missed, but... Did anyone else escape? Did Ulfric?
Don't worry. I'm sure he made it out. It'll take more than a dragon to stop Ulfric's Stormcloak. I'll let them into the house and, you know, show them where everything is.
Help them drink up our mead, you mean? Good luck, brother. I'll see you later.
Don't worry about me. I know how to lay low. I told you my sister would help us out.